Hi everyone, this is the second part of my 3-part series where I go into detail about my review system and why each part is important. So if you haven't seen part 2, then it's probably best to watch that now. In this video specifically, I'll be going into detail with the nighttime part of my daily review, so I will do this just before I go to bed. Many of us have very busy lives, and it seems that as we get older, we just have less and less time as we gain more and more responsibilities. Therefore, many of us don't take the time to reflect on our experiences, their significance, and how they made us feel. Our life experiences aren't always positive, some of them are even traumatic, and a lot of us unfortunately do tend to shrug these worries and concerns under the rug. But by taking 30 seconds out of your day, by reflecting on these experiences, then you're giving yourself capacity to work through these things before they potentially bubble up and become even more of an issue. It also teaches you to be more mindful in just day-to-day life, which is an amazing skill to have, because if you have a worry or concern, you can, so to speak, nip it in the bud straight away when it arises. I am someone that likes to adopt a growth mindset, and I am a huge believer in being a lifelong learner. So to hold myself accountable to that, I try and learn at least one useful or interesting thing every single day. This might be a study, a book I've read, a podcast I listen to. The information in which I receive it can come in many different forms. But by highlighting the most important thing that I have learned, I'm more likely to remember it because I'm actively retrieving it from my mind at the end of the day. And for me, if I can end every single day learning at least one useful thing, then for me, that is a good day. Similar to the previous point, I also try to think about the most important thing that happened in the day, which is an exercise I was inspired by Matthew Dicks, who wrote a book called Storyworthy. This could be something exciting, funny, or even wholesome. Since I forget most of what happens to me, I think life can just tend to fly by and we wonder, what in the hell happened. But by documenting your life events, I think it can be very insightful if you try and look back at that in the future. Also, for me, it tends to make life go a little bit slower because you can always look back on that day and see what you were doing. With habits, there's a rule called automaticity, which essentially means that the more you do something, the more efficient your brain is at doing said thing, and the more likely you will do it on autopilot without even thinking about it. Sometimes our lives can end up this way, and with our routine, we get up, we drive to work, we work 9 to 5, we get back, we watch TV, and then we do this again and again and again and again. With many of us, there are things that we can probably improve, but we don't think to do them because we're on autopilot, we're just trundling along through the day. But by identifying the potential bottlenecks throughout the day and being more mindful of them, it can A, make us more productive and it can optimize our routine, and B, I think that sometimes it can mean that you also derive more enjoyment from life by potentially, for example, just doing things that you like doing more. If you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy the video I did here where I talk about how I remember everything that I read. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you there. Adios, amigos.